Take them always strong. Listen, pick up.
There goes Naledi Chirwa le papa. We kept on saying that EFF followers are cut from the same cloth as the Bushiri followers, because logic flies out the window when you are under a cult. We kept on saying this thing, and then the images, or rather the video of Naledi Chirwa aleko kerekeng ya Bushiri ya tlhagella. Hi bafethu, are you trying to tell me that we are that accurate ka analysis to the point where we say these people are like the followers of Bushiri? Go tlhagella Naledi Chirwa, the spokesperson ya bona batho ba kaofela, ntsare papa major one what bafethu. So now let me tell you why Julius is a flip-flopper. When us South Africans saw through him and said we're not gonna fall for this, when we saw him disrupting parliament any chance he got, we said, "Aye man, bafethu, something is off here." When he told people that there is land, take up that empty land and put up your shacks, we knew something is off here and there's disruption and there's no order here. Naledi were there saying we are available because they are from a cult. They are cut from that cloth. That even when Bushiri, there was something off Gabon, they still said Major One, Papa One. So it was very easy for Malema to embrace such people. That's when he became a flip-flopper. South Africans said, we're not going to take this nonsense, and Naledi Chirwa, because they are cut from the cloth, they were ready to say you are my CIC because they come from that world. I specifically said those countries up there, if you look at all my videos, those countries up there don't mind dictators. They can't think for themselves. And that's why Malema became a flip-flopper, because they are the only ones who embraced that nonsense in Runar Saibat. Yo Naledi, they've said everything Bushiri papa. So what will make her see anything wrong in this regard? She's the type of person who will say anything that this particular person says, or called leader, whatever. His word is final and we're gonna stick to it. He could do that ko kerekeng, o tlo pallwa ke eng go etsa ko parliamenting or with whatever she's following. She's not gonna stop because she is cut from that cloth, and we said it from day one. Ronamo South Africa, we are not cut from that cloth. Arna rata order and ardi pugu pugu. And that's why this country is still standing. Naledi Chirwa, yo ubaka motherland ya Gabona or Gabona ke ko Malawi and whatnot. Their countries are messed up because of this mentality that she has. She can't do anything to fix her country, and her country is messed up because it is full of people just like her. If our Tsonga people are going to be baited by people who think like this, may they allow themselves not to be used by such people who have another home. Rona, we don't have a secondary home. We've got South Africa, and if we destroy South Africa like these people, they can still run away somewhere else and go wherever when this country is messed up. We are stuck with South Africa. But their countries are messed up because they've got such a mentality. So may all the Tsongas not be used by people who are illegal immigrants in this country. Naledi Chirwa si Mutsonga, utswa Malawi. So when as a Tsonga person, Naledi Chirwa is on our side, hey, let's vote, let's vote. Don't allow yourself to be used by people that are not South African, who have a secondary home and can still run west somewhere. You claim to be South African, behave like a South African and fight for your country. Don't tell us you are South African, but you are standing with people that are not even originally South African, thinking they want to fight for you, but South African in this country. Don't be misled. The policeman came and said it was an empty shack. It's a black police person. And it was an empty shack. The owner was not there. That's literally him translating it. It was an empty shack. The owner was not there. The people were taking things for themselves. Mara, people still want to hold on to how is a shack empty. But it's like, Buffett, this is a black police person who's not that good at English. Had empty means there was no one home. But he was taking the goods for himself. That's what literally he said. He said it's an empty shack. The owner was not home. He was taking goods for himself. But people are still gonna wanna hear whatever it is they wanna hear. How is the shack? Tongas, don't be misled by people that have a secondary home who are not originally South African. Fight for your country and stop being misled. Papa, please, guys. Now they keep saying Zulus are sowing division. Mara, look closely. If you are smart enough, are sowing division among South Africans. South Africans are united. I'm a Tswana person and I'm united to what Zulus believe in. I'm united to what the Sothos believe. I'm united to what the Pedis believe in. I'm united to what South Africans as a whole stand for. Division, because that particular things have been clarified so many times by Abu Phagelum Tagat. They've been clarified so many times by Abu Jacinta Hore. South Africa, stand up and fight for your own country. Phagelum Tagati and Ngizwe have sat down with Papa Peini and they've discussed this thing, but they still want to hold on to this thing. So who's really dividing South Africans here? Let's not be stupid, guys. Come on.
Naledi Chirwa, one of the most vocal and loudest voices within the EFF, is under fire. She's under fire, and not being for the first time, because remember there's also controversy about her citizenship and all of that. But also she's under fire for the fact that she's part of the people who are pushing propaganda against South Africans, to an extent that she went on a public platform and lied about the young fellow Nhlamulo who lost his life. Naledi Chirwa is one of the people, right, public figures who went on a public platforms and claimed that Nhlamulo Sambo lost his life because of the current tensions and protests currently unfolding in South Africa, where South Africans are protesting about the presence of illegal immigrants in this country. Of course, the police have later on to come on to rubbish these claims, because in Cape Town, there was never such a protest. The police have revealed that the young man died because it broke into someone's shack. The police are alleging that he's been involved in nefarious activities that include crime. So can you imagine having a member of parliament who goes to a public platform and makes such reckless statements which have later been proven to be lies? You then ask yourself the question that, what is the agenda here? What is it at play here? What is it that the EFF seeks to achieve by tainting South Africans whom their sole crime is to complain that we can't breathe because of the presence of illegal foreigners in the country? So, Naledi Chirwa under fire. I'm asking, is she misunderstood, or is she out of touch with South Africans? South Africa is once again in the middle of a heated political debate. And at the center of it is the Economic Freedom Fighters Member of Parliament, Naledi Chirwa. Over the past few years, few months, her statements and public positions have sparked strong reactions across social media, political spaces, and ordinary communities. Some people say she's standing firm for her principles. Others argue that she's increasingly out of touch with the lived realities of ordinary South Africans. So the big question is this: is Naledi Chirwa simply a young politician speaking her truth, or has she crossed a line that many South Africans feel uncomfortable with? Stay with me as we unpack the controversy, the criticism, and the bigger political tensions behind it. Let's first start there. Who is Naledi Chirwa? To understand the debate, we first need context. Naledi Chirwa is one of the members of parliament in South Africa, representing the fourth biggest political party in this country, which is the Economic Freedom Fighters, popularly known as the EFF. She rose to prominence through student activism, right? Particularly around the Fees Must Fall movement that took shape around 2015. I hope you guys still remember the Fees Must Fall movement, where she became a well-known voice for youth political activism. Her supporters see her as bold, outspoken, and unafraid to challenge political norms. She represents a younger generation of leadership that is more confrontational and less traditional in tone, with others even characterizing her as being rude. And it is true, because there seems to be this confusion within the EFF where people cannot distinguish between being radical and being reckless, between being firm and being rude. But critics argue that her transition from activism to member of parliament has not always translated into balanced leadership or careful political messaging. And that is where the controversy begins. Why people are talking. In recent public discussions and online debates, certain statements and positions associated with Naledi Chirwa, just like the one that I alluded to at the beginning of this video, have triggered strong reactions and condemnations. Critics argue that her political messaging sometimes appears to prioritize ideological positions over national unity or practical problem solving. On social media platforms, some South Africans have expressed frustration, saying that certain comments made by public representatives like her seem disconnected from the daily struggles faced by unemployed citizens, small business owners, and communities dealing with service delivery challenges. Her supporters, however, argue something very different. They say she's being unfairly targeted because she speaks boldly and about inequality, historical injustice, and systematic problems that many people are afraid to address directly. So what we are really seeing is not just criticism of one politician, but a deeper clash of political worldviews in South Africa. The bigger issue, South Africa's political divide. This controversy goes beyond one individual. South Africa today is deeply divided on questions of identity, immigration, economic justice, and national direction. On one side, we have people demanding stricter enforcement of laws, tighter immigration controls, and stronger prioritization of South African citizens in economic opportunities. On the other side, there are those who argue that South Africa must remain open, inclusive, and historically conscious of regional solidarity and human rights. Naledi Chirwa often finds herself positioned within this broader ideological space, where every statement is interpreted through the lens of these national tensions. And that is why reactions to her are so strong. It is not just about her words, it is about what people believe those words represent. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Sekhosana. The name of the platform is IZWI LABANSUNDU, the voice for Africans. Kama Africa.